What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So on my channel right now, my most popular box fan video is repairing this broken 3723 from 1993. And the problem with that fan is the motor doesn't work on medium. Or no, was it low? I think it was low, actually. Does not matter. The motor was no good. I brought the motor to a specialist. The specialist says it cannot be repaired, which I think is bullcrap, but I'll take his word for it. And it's got a Marco motor, right? So you're probably thinking, okay, who cares? It's got a Marco motor. No one actually cares, okay? Okay, but here's why I say that, right? Because we have this fan right here. This is one of my project fans. And you can tell because it's a stupid color and doesn't look like it's finished, and that's because it's not. But if you can tell, it's got a Marco motor, right? The problem with this motor is it doesn't work on low, I think. Medium or low, I don't really know. So this fan needs a new motor. And this is right now, my chance to have that done, right? So, back to the video on the channel, right? This video has over 5,000 views, and it was me, like a part 1, trying to fix this fan. And that was in 2022, I think, right? So now it's summer of 2024, it's 2 years later, and I'm ready to try and tackle this again for part 2. Because now that I have a different motor, I'm going to try and fix the rest of this fan, get the switch and everything back to normal, because you can tell this goofy, stupid looking thing that's getting removed. But also, I have an original knob. I collected a knob that could work. In fact, I got it 3D printed too, which is fancy. And I have a handle. So, yeah. But the thing is, this color and this paint job is no good. This was spray paint, industrial spray paint, that came from a church. And it was the last half of the can that got used on this fan. And you could tell the paint job is all... It's just bad. That's just embarrassing. If I showed my art teachers this paint job, they'd be like, what are you doing? So, yeah, I literally set it on top of the other fan because it needs to assert dominance. This fan below it is inferior. So, and here's why I care about this fan. You're probably thinking, who cares? It's a stupid Lasco. I 100% agree with you. But the thing is, this Lasco is my grandfather used it in his garage, and he literally hung it to the ceiling. And it was there for like 20 years, right? And the fan was literally in there for 20 years, was missing a handle, knob, and didn't have anything else. And when I was little, I always wanted the fan, and he didn't want to give it to me because it was in the ceiling. And when I got older, he said, you can get it from the ceiling, but you got to get it yourself. I'm like, all right, bet. So I got on the ladder, I unhooked it from all the wires and everything that was tied to the rafters in the garage, and I got the fan down myself. And it needed a lot of repairing. And then the blades broke. The blades broke in half. And that had to be welded back together with plastic weld. So this fan has been through a lot. And then I found out that the fan used to be my dad's. When my dad was, like 30 years ago when he was living there. At my age, right? He was using this fan in his bedroom. So now it's like, whoa. So now this is like one of my relatives' fans for the most part. And it was hung in the ceiling of the garage. It's like, what? So now this fan has like a backstory to it. So I think it would be kind of cool to get it repainted. I might get it sandblasted, bring it to some facility, have them sandblast it. Because I was trying to get that done for a bike, but now that I know the facility, they can probably do this fan for me. They can do it cheap, and I can get it repainted too with actual paint, not stupid spray paint from a church. We can use real, like a paint sprayer and like actual, like paint that's supposed to be on a fan, and it might look absolutely cool, right? So I know this is kind of a garbage intro and first clip. It's 1 a.m. right now, but I'm just letting you know this video might be really cool, And it's probably going to be one of the biggest videos on the channel where I actually took a fan to get it properly sanded and painted rather than me doing it myself. So I think that's cool. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking because no one cares, and we're going to get this other fan apart. Alright, real quick, just because there's people who are like, I don't believe you. Well, here's the proof. Here's this fan. I have an outlet on the side of my table because I'm cool. And here's the fan that has a bad motor. Here's high. Okay, works, alright. Okay, there's medium. Medium works. Low. That right there is the low speed. And that looks oddly familiar to off because it actually is off. There is no low speed. It broke. The winding, the low speed winding, just decided to say, you know what, I'm done. I retire, and it doesn't work anymore. I brought it to a motor specialist. The guy was like, he's like, it's not worth fixing. It's better off in the garbage and you find a different motor. I did exactly what he said. So here's the other fan. And we're going to test this one out right now. Turn that off. Not just fake off. Get that out of here. And I can put the green fan on the floor. Because if I scratch the paint, I don't care. It's going to be repainted anyway. Okay, there's this fan. If it blows up, nice knowing you guys. It was a fun time having you guys on YouTube and all that. Alright, let's see what happens. It's disgusting. I'm going to get cancer breathing in this fan. It works. It literally works. Medium and low. It works on low speed, and that's all I care about. And some stupid idiot threw this away. It literally works fine. It runs perfectly fine. This guy's like, this fan doesn't work. I'm gonna throw it away. It's like, what? It works fine. So because of that guy, I get a free motor. So thank you, dude. Oh yeah, let's look at the spin down. I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, it's actually half decent. So I know someone in the comments is gonna, oh no, you're gonna get rid of the fan, and you're gonna just take the motor, and I like that fan. Okay, well, I don't know what to do with the fan parts. I might try and sell them individually, in case someone needs like a front grill. So if you absolutely want the rest of this fan, or one of the parts, we can figure something out. But I'm not paying shipping, so just warning. I'm not a millionaire, so I can't do that. But and I'm also probably taking the switch. So, but if you need like a front grill, or you need like a back grill, I guess they look fine. I'm not cleaning it. So if you want this, it's gonna stay dirty. I'm not cleaning it. I don't care because I'm not gonna keep it. If no one wants it, I'm just gonna throw it out or try to sell it on eBay. But I don't think anyone wants it, so it's probably gonna get thrown out. So we're gonna probably should unplug it. Duh. I'm keeping the cord too because it's attached to the switch. If someone wants this decrepit cabinet, you can have this too, but you're gonna have to sand all of this, and you're gonna probably need to repaint this. So unless you really need this cabinet, it's got the hole. This can all be for sale. I might try to throw it up on eBay. I don't know yet. But if you want it, you can comment and we'll figure it out. Also, if someone wants this knob, it's all for sale. And if you want to buy this all in a bundle, we can figure it out in the comments. Just gonna say it now. Alright, it is the next day, and this is the first motor that I'm working on downstairs in the basement in my like man cave thing. The last couple of fan motors I was working on were in the bedroom. or they're like outside or something, which is nice. I don't have to go outside anymore to work on a motor. I can actually do it down here because I have a table now. So to do this, to work on this motor, it's just a generic cleaning and oiling and figuring out what's going on. I brought some thrust washers, assuming I might need one. So there's a thicker one and I got a thinner one because this has got some back and forth play. Got needle nose pliers just in case I need them for any reason. I got a ratchet screwdriver. I got wrench attachments. And I also brought some nuts because Marco motors, these 90s ones, don't use any nuts on the back. And that can be not good because I've had another motor that would fall apart and it needed to have the nuts on the back. I don't know why they didn't put nuts on there. It's saving a couple pennies. I don't know what they're doing, but... So, that is that. One of these wires fell out of this. I might actually try to take the cord out, wash the cord, like actually wash it and clean it. And maybe, I don't know. So let's get started. So the first thing actually what I'm going to do is get some tools ready. So this right here is the appropriate wrench size, is a 1/4, yep. And I got a ratchet screwdriver, so what I can do is take this, it goes hex to, not hex, like hex to square. So you can put that in there. This thing over here would be for a screw gun, if I wanted to use a screw gun, but for a motor that's too much. So the ratchet screwdriver here allows me to ratchet this pretty nicely. So I'm going to be using this. Sometimes these can get kind of stiff and it's hard to get them off. Okay. So the reason why I had the screw gun thing is because it's taking a while. Because those screws, believe it or not, they thread through both sides of the motor. So I got a screw gun right here. We're gonna actually just make this go quicker for me. For tightening, a little too much. I'll actually show you how well this thing works. Like, look at that. Look how quickly I put that on there. So this thing, actually I need to take this off. It's kind of cool. So I take this out, unscrew this little guy, like that. Drop in my shorter thing because this doesn't have, that thing didn't have the notch on it like this does. It has the notch. So what I can do, I can tighten that, put that on there, it locks in. Because now none of this is gonna move. And that's really nice for this. Done. Should have done that the first time. But for tightening, we're gonna use the other thing. So, not trying to flex, but I never get to use this thing, so I wanted to use it for the video. So that is that. And I'm not really flexing anyway, because this is like, I don't even have a lot of tools, so. Okay, we don't need the screw gun anymore. We're gonna put that aside. And we're gonna connect these two bad boys together again. Put them in there. Put this on tightening. We're gonna leave that over there. Okay, let's see what we got. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. Out of the way. Oh no, how you get motor apart? Okay, so now you're probably wondering, how do you get the motor apart? Check this out. You can use anything you want. Stick that in there to pop that off. I like to rotate it 180 carefully and get the other side. Before I actually do anything, I'm going to take a paper towel. Okay. Spray it with something. And I'm going to try to wipe all that crap off. Because when you go to pull the shaft through, that's going to end up in the bearing. And you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Get that all out. I'm going to hold the stator and pull everything apart. Okay, put that aside. thing going on here. So I'd like to remove this plate so I can clean it, which means I'm gonna have to cut an incision. I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet or not. I know I look goofy right now, but it works. Oh my god, that's so tight I can't get it off. Man. Okay, I got that off. Oh. It worked, actually. Oh, you're damaging the motor. No, I'm not. This is just the motor plate. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so it's this part that's being pinched. So the metal is being pinched right there. So that means we're going to come at it from the other side. Got a pretty good grip on it right there. You can see, decent grip. Got the clamp method. It works every time. Increases the torque and strength by a lot. And now what I can do is I can slide this back plate carefully over the wires. Zoom in carefully. I know it doesn't look too careful. It's because this is at a goofy angle. Okay, if not, that's absolutely fine. I don't care. We're gonna take this and bend it. Now, when I did the hacksaw, I actually made this a really nice incision. I made it like you can't even tell it's there. But I'm very impatient and decided to just use tin snips, which is why it's gonna look dumb. But we can always fix it, so. I know I said I was gonna wash these, which I am, but I figured I can get the surface crap off first. Okay, we gotta clean this stator up real quick. So we're gonna new surface, clean toothbrush. That shiny stator, all nice and clean, kind of. Okay, now we can continue with the rest of the motor. Okay, the whole motor has been cleaned top to bottom. This ribbon wire was bent out and then cleaned. I pulled the cord out. It's over here. That's been cleaned too. The plug is a little corroded, so I have to work on that another time. I don't know. We have this here. So we still have some thrust washers over here we can add. And we're ready for assembly. Okay. And that's a pretty clean motor. Look at that. That's very nice. Let's spin this. Okay. Looking good. Looking good down there. Okay, I don't remember which holes were the ones. I think it was these two were the ones with the bolts. I don't remember. Does not matter. Okay, we're gonna set the motor down now. Same thing. Sweet. Remember, this motor doesn't have oil ports, so it's going to be a little bit harder to oil. So there's no shame in adding more oil than you actually need. Okay, we can see where the bolts are now. So I'm just going to try and drop those first. I'm just going to drop them through to verify that those are the spots. Looks like they are. And we're going to carefully sandwich this motor together. Nice. And these should thread through. Okay, here's the fun part. Fighting with this thing for an hour. So, okay, so most people don't really know how to do this, so I'll try and show you. It's the same thing as a ceiling fan switch, believe it or not. So you need to find on the wire here, this is the COM wire, or the common, whatever. I call it the COM wire because it sounds funnier. You need to find out the one with the lines, okay? This one with the lines goes where it says L. See, it says L. L means loser. So you're gonna put the braided wire in there. It should just push in. Yeah, it pushes in but stays in. Because what it is, I'm going to explain. In there, there's a little door, okay? You have this door. Here's the door, okay? Here's the wire. You're putting the wire in. It pushes the door down. And then when you try to pull it out, you can't. The only way you can pull the wire back out is by putting another tool in there to push this down. Then you can pull the wire out. And that's how I got the other wire out. I had to actually use this to get the door to go down. That was my other tool. So that one's in there, and we're gonna do the same thing with this one and push that into the door. Wiggle it to make sure that door closes and catches, and it looks like it does. So now we can test the motor out. This can go wrong. Okay, I'm gonna use this now because the other one's got aids. This plug is all corroded. It should still work, but it's just going to be crappy looking and could be possibly a problem later on, but don't care. Care I not. Okay. This is either low or off on both positions. So let's plug this in. If it pops the breaker, nice knowing you. I don't even have a light, so if it does, that can go wrong. Okay. When I go to turn this on, the motor is going to kick back. So what I'm going to do is put some tools around it to try and stop that. Here is high, I'm guessing. Medium. Looks like she works. Sweet. And I have no really fan to test it on. I'd have to take my green one apart. Should I do that? You think I should take this one apart maybe? Why not? Why not? Let's try it. You like my sticker I made? It's pretty cool. Like I said, I do have the original knob for this. It's actually 3D printed. I had it 3D printed, which is very cool. The reason why I said in the beginning of the video I was going to keep the screws is because I'm pretty sure this fan's missing some. Yeah, see? There's some mismatch. Like, that one doesn't match. I might replace all the screws with the other ones if they're all the same. Chances are likely. We have all the screws, but I think these might have been replacements or something else. I don't know. Alright, so finally got this all together. It was a pain. The cord looks a lot cleaner. It's all going to have to be cleaned again anyway, like disinfected when the project is actually done, but this is just a test, so I don't really care. Make sure that this can spin. it's hitting this handle, which is going to be cut off because that's why it hits. Here's our switch. Spin down looks really good. Alright, let's test it. This is the first time this fan in a while has had a low speed. Oh yeah, that works. Blows a ton of air. There's low. Works. See how the gotta hold it up. Okay, something's making a noise. We're gonna cut that off, that stupid handle. I'm sick of looking at this ugly handle. Done. There, that should take care of the noise. I gotta replace my handles that are way better than that piece of crap. Startup sound right there. I want it to tip over. That one's nice. Medium. Nice. Low. Finally have a low speed now. Holy crap, we finally have a low speed. Can you believe it? There's a low speed. This is so cool. I'm so happy we got a motor for this. I didn't think we were ever going to find one. Wait, go back up high. The blade clock is extremely bad, but it doesn't matter. Spin down looks nice, better than it was the first time. Actually, that's a pretty good spin down, actually, for real. So yeah, if you guys have not seen part 1, it's on my channel. It's called Restoring the Abused 3723 or whatever. That's, I think, my second most popular video as of this recording, so just go to my channel, go to popular, and it should be in there in the first like 10 videos somewhere. It's fan time. Oh yeah. It's either that or that maybe. Can't tell if that's more of a brown or not. Alright, so we're gonna do that one there. Hopefully that looks pretty good. Let's get it on the table here. Yeah, the camera looks like a brown, but it's like a cool orange. I think that might look different. Whereas some of these are like turd brown, and I already have a bunch of the beige and cream colored ones, like way too many of those. Especially with like the Kel Air and all that. Last look at the green before it gets changed. You can see it's all like uneven and weird. Like, what's that? It's wrinkly and it's just bad. It's church paint. You can see it's like faded right there. So we got to do something different. They do have some greens here, but I think that might look different. Look at all the colors. It's crazy in here, dude. These are all the expensive ones. They were gonna charge me like a bunch of money for those. I'm like, nah, I ain't that rich yet. All right, so we got the the VIP discount. Because at first he said he would do 70, and then he was just like, yeah, I'll do 55, why not? So I'm like, all right, that's not too bad. It's my first time doing this, and also, hopefully it's the coolest. I had to leave the fan there so it can get painted, so I will have to go back to get it, and I will try to get that on video 100% best I can. He said he basically gave me like a 2 weeks at the max. It should be done before that, so yeah. But since I got that other fan from the dump there, it's been about a week. So this project's going pretty good. You know, this video, I should say. And it'll be very cool. Now, the only thing is this sticker. I don't even know where I put it. This is my box of stuff. I put it in here somewhere. There it is. See the sticker I made? I didn't care about that initially, but an orange box fan with a green sticker is going to look kind of stupid, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I do have the original Photoshop file for that, so I can always just go in there and change the colors to whatever. But the fan temporarily is not going to have a sticker because I'm not going to waste my time trying to get that on the fan, and then I'm like going to have to take it off anyway if I decide to do something else. What I did is I got all the parts in the dishwasher. Here's the rotor. Then I did some alcohol wipes and I was done. So that was that. It was in a 3-hour wash and dry cycle. Literally 3 hours. And then I did alcohol wipes after. So these are pretty stinking clean. It's literally like just metal. Like there's nothing there. Except the wicks, and this one got wiped away. That was the first time the dishwasher actually annihilated a thing of wicks. This is the rear side, so it actually won't be too bad. I just have to oil it more often, which it's fine. Because like this fan, it's the same thing. I painted the motor white. And yeah, so we're going to do something like that. So I'm going to paint it white because I think if the fan's orange, and all the accents and all the colors are going to be like white, 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 and then blades are white, I think it'd be kind of silly for this motor to just be gray when I have a bunch of white spray paint and I have time on my hands. So I figured, why not do it? It's almost just like, it's stupid not to, right? So, also, for the ceiling fan viewers, this is where all the fans went. They're in my room chilling over here. I kind of have to figure out a way to store them, but I'm going to buy some bins. And then I'm going to put each ceiling fan in a bin and label them. It's a plastic bin, so that way it's waterproof in case we ever get a basement flood. But anyway, that's that. And so let's go outside. Let's go paint these real quick. Okay, we're in the basement. I just took a dime. And on the face side, I put masking tape over it. And then sanded the sides off so it's like a perfect circle. Stuck it to the bearing on the other side. I didn't want to be like defacing money or something and get in trouble with the FBI, so I just covered it with masking tape so it doesn't get painted over. I don't think I would anyway because it's just paint, not like I'm melting it or anything, but I don't need to be front page news. Local idiot paints over a dime for clout, even though I'm just restoring a fan. So that'll be that. We're gonna get this box too. That's the paint box. Got this from the side of the road. So that's where I did my bike project stuff on this. My off-camera one. I didn't actually record any of it for YouTube. But so let's head outside. The paint's outside, and let's get these bad boys painted. Say hello to the CEC and the Snoopy fan. It's like a house tour, except it's not. The phone's on the tripod, so I gotta carry it all weird. My God. So guys, this is my kitchen floor tile. That's my garbage can. These are all my shoes I have. Too many. Whoa, took a hit on that one. This is the paint I'm using, by the way. I don't know if it sounds important, so hopefully it works. I painted a motor before, I think, so I should be fine. If not, I can always use the spare plates off the old motor. It's not a big deal. I don't really care. We're gonna actually do one at a time. And it's like the burnout like change color effect when you're like, oh, I want to change my color, and it does. It makes that sound. There you go. There's that one. Here, I'm kind of impatient. Let's see if we can do this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's go. Intelligence always comes in handy. Slide it underneath. And whoa-bam. I'm glad I didn't wait 20 minutes for that. Just thought of that. Oh my god, that might work. And it did. Alright, so we're gonna give these two, I'll wait until like the sun goes down, or if it looks like it's gonna rain, I'll bring them back in the garage. By then they should be okay to move, and then I'll give them an overnight so that way they can really harden. I just brought this down in the basement. I just got home, and these two items alone stunk up the whole garage. That cardboard thing I painted on, I left that outside so it can smell out there. But yeah, these smell pretty bad. Well, not like bad like stink, it's just like spray paint smell. So, and I got the hiccups, so sorry if I talk. It's not the video has a problem, it's my voice. I'm hiccuping and it's causing breaks in my voice. So it feels pretty good. The finish is smooth. It's obviously dry. This only takes like 30 minutes to dry, so they say. Obviously, you know, I had many more hours, so this is pretty much free to go. We're gonna pull this off. Oh wow, that looks perfect. Keep forgetting I put dimes on, literal dimes on there. It's so weird. Did the dimes get any paint? I don't think so. They got taped pretty good. I don't know if you can see that, but the dimes look like they got pretty good. There might be a little hair of paint on there, but it's no different than if I dropped a dime into like something weird and then it got discoloration. The bearings look pretty good. I got a little bit of a cloud right there, but that obviously scrapes right off. So I'm just gonna do that and it looks fine. That looks like, looks really good. See, it's a Macmillan now. Just take a marker or a can of white spray paint and you have a Macmillan motor. Alright, so I dug through and I found it from 2 years ago. I found this file thing that has the PNG, there's two of them. One of them, I don't know which one's the correct one. And then there's the PSD. And then these are my reference images. There's the old one. There's the knob cut out. There's the Lasco logo I had to make a vector of from scratch. There's nothing. Then there's me trying to put it over to see if it would line up with the knob, because I didn't have it physically done yet. Isn't that weird? So I found the file for it. So it's the PSD we need to open. Okay, so I recently lost access to Photoshop. So I have to use this online thing called Photopea. It's the closest I can get to Photoshop that lets me do what I kind of need to do. Otherwise I'd be in Photoshop right now because it's much easier than this. But so you could see each thing. And you could see the thing underneath where I tried to position everything so it would match. Like, see how there's H for high, then I just put the text over it. So this pretty much looks fine. I don't really care about the font or anything else. I'm fine with everything on there. Got the Lasco logo. That's pretty cool. What I need to do is figure out how to, where's the color? Somewhere there's your group 1. What's group 1? Aha. Yeah, figured it out. So this is an outline. So it looks like it goes from this, then there's the white outline. That's what that looks like it's supposed to be. Okay, so we can just change the color in here then. Because gradient overlay, this is green. Now, like I said, I'm not going to print this out because I don't have the fan. So if I try to do orange and the fan's more like a brownish color, or it's more on the yellowish side, like if it's going to match, then it's going to match. You know what I'm saying? Or I can do a neutral color, which could work as well, but I figured if I'm going to print this out, I might as well just do something cool. Oh, there you go. Looks like ice cream. The ice cream. Doesn't even need to be a gradient. Could be anything else. There you go. Psst. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do orange, then see, like Photoshop would have oranges, pinks, like they have all the different colors. This doesn't have that option. You have to make your own. Like, let's say that's what the color of the fan is. You know, or that's what it really is. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to have a secondary color, so I'd probably do like brown. Because it would be still... See what I'm saying? See how that would work better? Yeah, I really don't know. I'm just showing you guys that I can do this, and at any literally moment's notice, I can go in here and switch these colors. It does not affect anything. So, but there you go. That is that. So I might actually just leave this like that, because that could be the color of the fan. I don't know. And it doesn't need to match perfectly, but like the green on the sticker worked really well with the fan's color. It wasn't the exact green, but it looked really good. So if I could just find something that looks good, it works. Alright. Well, it's been about 2 weeks since I've been working on this thing. Motor was painted. I had it sitting over there in the background. So a lot of stuff has changed. This is here. That's cool. National Ceiling Fan Day was yesterday, so that's cool. What else did I do? Let's see. Snoopy fan. Yeah, did all that. The Champion had the motor swap, but now it needs more work, so that's that. So, why am I recording this now? Well, because I just got a call that the parts are done, or the cabinet, I should say. And in a couple minutes, I'm going to be leaving to go do that. But I have some time to maybe start putting this motor together. So I got all this stuff here. I have the rotor in here, the hardware in there. This is other stuff. The plates are here. The thrust washers are in there. I got that knob I was talking about. This is a 3D printed replica of the original, so we're not using that trash. And the cord has been cleaned. So I already got a spot ready. Fresh paper towels for the brand new paint. And it'll go there as well if I need to move it. So try and get this together here. Shouldn't take too long. Oh yeah, check out this overhead light. It's pretty helpful for seeing. So there's no wicks in here, in the back plate. There's like nothing left, so I'm probably just gonna not bother oiling too much in there. I guess we can get it together here. Alright, so I guess we wait for the cabinet to come back, and then when I bring the cabinet back, we'll put the motor back on and see what happens. Alright, boys, we're about to go get the fan. Walking down this creepy alleyway looking thing. Alright, came back. And here's what we got. Look at that. Well, the plastic wrap. Let me take that off. Or let me deal with that. Dude, this looks insane. Holy crap. Turn the overhead on. Maybe turn some lights on. That might help. Oh my god. And the camera picks it up so well, too. That is like a golden color. That's really cool. Got some bubbles in here. Wow. Holy crap. That's not even funny how insane this looks. That's insane. Alright, so it's been a little while here. My phone was about to die, so I couldn't really record anything else, so I had it on the charger while I was doing this other stuff. So we had a dilemma. So you remember the fan in the beginning of the video where I got this motor from? Well, it turns out it's 20 by 20, whereas this is 22 by 22, right? The reason that's a problem is because this cord wasn't long enough. There was a thing that goes into here, but since the other fan was 20 inches by 20 inches, the thing was 2 inches up high, and it didn't reach. And the problem is I couldn't put this on, and this wasn't working either because of that. So I had to cut the wire up here, then cut the thing off. I don't know where it went. That. I don't even remember what I did, honestly. Then I ran the wires through back here. Wired them up there. That goes the switch. I installed a switch bag, which every Lakewood has this, and they do that because if dirt gets in the switch, that can ruin the contacts, and then you can lose your medium or low speed, right? So I have a switch bag installed because that means quality. You get a fan, you see a switch bag, it means they know what they're doing. So I got that on there, zip tied real nice. Got this here, got the covers on, everything's nice and flat. We don't have a thing, but we don't need it because the grill goes over that. So it should just be fine. We did lose a little bit of cord length. So unfortunately, this is like a 3-foot cord. But I don't really need the length. And I can always, now because of this, I can always just get a longer cord. Like I get like a 10-foot cord wired up, and it should be a lot longer. But I don't really care. You know, I don't really need long cords because when I use the fans overnight, the surge protector is literally right behind the fan. So this is plenty for me, and it's enough to test here. So let's get this turned around. Oh yeah, there's the handle. I don't know, I had a bunch of them. I don't know where they went. I don't know if they got thrown out on accident, but I can't find them. So the black one there will have to do. I think it looks kind of cool. Yeah, the wiring looks really good. That looks nice. This whole fan looks nice. And the wiring and everything else is so shiny. Like if I put the light in here, it just looks amazing. Look at that. And the motor, like look at that. Tell me that's not one of the best looking fans you've seen. That just looks so well put together and thought out. Oh yeah, and there's the 3D printed replica knob. So, alright. We're gonna test this bad boy in a minute. Let me just get the blades on. It's a tight fit. Plus it's gotta be gentle. Look at the spin down. Holy crap. This thing's ready to go, dude. This is the moment we all been waiting for. We'll get some weight in the back there so we don't get this paper towel flapping around like that. There we go. I'll get the light there so we can see a little bit better. That looks so good, dude. Alright. Make sure it's all clear of nearing objects. Plenty of clearance. Here's high. That's so cool. The orange is so good. Medium. Got a low speed. Finally, low speed is restored. And it's a new motor too, so it should last a little bit longer. Because it doesn't have as much wear and tear as the other one did. And I could tell because the other one was really slow, and this one runs like it should. So, and I will do the kilowatt meter, I keep forgetting, but I will. Let's get that spin down. I am so happy with the way this turned out. This looks so good. Spin down isn't perfect, but it's also not bad at all. So I'm not gonna complain. There's a dent in the top of the camera here. It feels like a Lakewood. It literally feels like a Lakewood because this is they did the baking thing, like Lakewood. They do the baking thing for in the factory for the paint. It literally, if you touched a Lakewood before, it feels exactly like the paint is exactly like that. So that's one of the highest quality 90s Lascos you'll ever see. Between the switch bag, the nuts on the motor bolts, the wiring looks good. Everything's all nice, tucked away. The blade is a little decrepit, but I don't really care because it's the original blade, and it's the one that broke in the part 1 video. So, how many people have broken a blade and then fixed the blade? Most people, when they break the blade, they have to find a new blade, but I didn't have to do that. So, the only thing we got to do now is figure out the sticker. Holy crap. It doesn't even look like the same fan. That is amazing. No, the blade weld definitely does not do justice, but that's the most impressive part about this fan, I think, is the broken blade that was repaired. Most people, like I said before, would just replace it, but wow. Look at that. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. And the replacement knob too, that's a 3D printed replica. And don't worry, got the fan foot in there this time. Wow. Starts right up. Wow. The motor is a little buzzy, but whatever, some varnish take care of that. The color is so vivid. Man, what a journey this has been, honestly. Been quite the journey with this fan. And pretty much all the original parts are still here except the knob and handle, which I never had, and the motor has been replaced. Other than that, the grills, cabinet, and blades are all the same. Which is hard to believe that this is the same cabinet. I can't believe that. Man, what paint can do. Wow. Alright, so it's been a couple days, and I just finished working on this troublemaker. And it was time to run this fan overnight. And I can successfully say it worked. So, sounds amazing. No issues, no complaints. Let's look at that spin down. That's a pretty good spin down, that's fair. That's pretty good. I have my temperature tester here, so we're gonna do just that. Looks like we're stuck at 123 and it's just slowly going up. So 123, which is right on par with most vintage box fans. A little bit higher than the other Marcos, but that is not a worry. You start to get like 130s, then I start to get a little bit worried. But we are good. So temperature test is clear. It passed that. Let's kilowatt meter. Here is high speed. Medium. Low. Wow, just an amp. It's pretty good. $123 and runs right on, actually a little bit less than the other Marcos. Usually they average around 2. Usually the other Marcos average around 2 amps. So that's right on par with everything, temperature and kilowatt meter. So this motor is, I think, pretty healthy. I think it could benefit from a little more oil though, I'm judging that spin down, but I am not worried. So that is very good. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys in the next one.